Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes day by day for the 4th. Should be the 3rd, but it is what it is. Hope everyone's doing well. We got the Hondo requirements that are done. If you missed it on the free-to-play channel, I went through the requirements, and honestly, the requirements for Hondo are easier than the at least from a free-to-play perspective, or a light spender's perspective. They're easier than getting GL Ahsoka, basically. And that's just, personal preference. If you've been playing this for a while, if you're able to do Conquest Proving Grounds, which is something that I'm going to need to get into after I get Leia. After I get Leia back up and running, we're gonna have to lean into the Conquest and Proving Grounds characters. So I need to know, what I need to know from you up front is how well the Leia team is able to do Proving Grounds. And then what is the optimal lineup for the Leia Proving Ground team thing? Because I know that Nooch has done stuff like that, but he's usually, I don't know. I'm just trying to cover all my bases. I'm trying to better utilize my time. And if you guys have insight on, is Leia strong in Proving Grounds? What is the team you need for her for Proving Grounds? That'd be great, because we are closing in rapidly. It might not feel like it, but but if you missed it yesterday, we took Lando up to like 5, so he's done. And then I think like last week or something, we took Scout Trooper up to Relic 7. And then prior to that, we took really? Too short? Really? Can you give us the other two? Mean. So mean. But it's not like I can't come back and do that. But I'm not in a hurry to get Blue, because she's the last one that we need. So yeah, we have R2 done. We have Scout Trooper done. We have Lando done. Well, let's just go in and take a look at the journey, and you can see what we have done instead of me just blabbing and bloviating. We have Lando, like I said. We have Akbar, Scout Trooper, R2, Captain Han, Rebel, Rolo, and then Lobot. So we still need. So as you can see, we still need Chupio, Boosh, who we're obviously still working on, CLS, Drogon, Chief Chirpa, Wicket, Princess Nisa, and Captain Rex. So you see, Wicket and Chief Chirpa are obviously not really super high priority, I would say, but they're on the list of priorities. That's for sure. This is what we need to lean into. This is where we left off yesterday. This is what we're going to be looking at getting today. So I just need a butt load of these things. And this is what I draw. So this is what we're going to use all 100 pulls of our energy today on, and see how many of these we can get. I'm hoping for a ton. But let's find out. 3, 2, 1. Got 100. That's solid. 100 is much more than we normally get. When we do 60. When we do 60, for the when we do 60 pulls for the Carbonis, we're like lucky to be getting like 10. We're lucky to be getting 10, which is like, you know, that's 1 every 6 pulls, which is like not great. And obviously these things are double drops, so we're getting, you know, and look, you know, I'm sitting here talking about that, and we're getting, you know, how many of these we're going to end up getting made now? I mean, it's not an insignificant push. And if we're able to push in, and if I'm able to slap a couple relics, couple of levels on, and obviously I'm still trying to set stuff up as far as we get over 50. I mean, it's not a great number, but it could be better, it could be worse, like just like everything else. So I'm gonna get, how many of these I'm gonna get? Let's see how far we can go. Don't want to use all 52, obviously, but we'll use a really, really high number of these. Let's go 45. That'll get us 150, which is not bad. Of course, we still need a lot more, just because of the sheer number of characters we need to take all the way up to where we need to go. But that puts us in really good shape. I'm curious, are we able to push CLS up? I mean, we should probably use this to Wicked, but I'm not worried about them because they're so low. And we are going to be able to push CLS up to Relic 2, I mean to Relic 5. Is there any chance we can get him all the way to 7? Might need to look at these, because this is like, looks like it's going to be our next sticking point. So let's look at these guys. In here, this is where we need these lovely, and we should have, I mean, we don't have plenty. I mean, actually, that's we're really low on these guys, but we can get a couple of these anyway. Yeah, I mean, we're just going to have to deplete the whole thing, but it's something that we needed. So there's that, and I think that should enable us to take him up to 7, which is, I mean, just to have CLS. I mean, we can, and you know, that's a good. I mean, yeah, we're getting close here again because we need to get some more of these. So of course we're gonna have to keep just re-pulling this every day or so. So, but yeah, let's CLS at 7, and that's where we need to boo. And you know what? That's where I have him on my other account. That's where I have him on my big account. So look, guys, CLS off the favorites board. Off the favorites board. That's something we haven't seen a lot of me doing throughout this account if you've been keeping up. But we just moved something. We just moved a character off of the favorites board. And he's right here. So I mean, look at this. So now let's just take this off. And honestly, I have GBA here just to catch Kairos, but we don't really need that. I mean, maybe if we need to, we'll move him back on. But let's look at the favorites only. So we can try to zone in here. I've told you before that if you're looking for Mara Jade to leave, she's never leaving. She's never leaving this board. I've told you before, she's going to be here permanently. And honestly, I'm thinking about adding another person to that level along with Mara Jade. If you've heard me talk in the past, there may be somebody else joining her soon, but we'll have to see how it works out. But I mean, if we, you know, obviously we need Keller Run to 7, obviously, for whenever we go to Mommy Mandalore. If we're gonna make this Sith Empire team, which we kind of left on the shelf to finish this Leia project, but we're gonna go back and finish them. So that's right, Darth Revan's here. Revan for the Jedi Assault battle. Of course, we need Jedi Knight Luke, but he's gonna stay here, so there's not gonna be him moving. Obviously, we need Chewie for the CLS team writ large, and obviously for whichever GL he's for, I can't remember. Asajj, if you remember previously in this series back year and a half ago, we're really big into the Night Sisters. Night Sisters will persist. Night Sisters are going to be somebody that we're going to want to push up. They're just going to sit here for a while, so don't worry about them. Same goes for Mother Talzine. Same goes for Marin. Same goes for Doc, and same goes for Zombie. Padme, obviously we need to get her up. I'm going to take her up for when we go for gas. And just to have her up for Padme, maybe the Getaway team. I heard that's a thing, so maybe that. 3PL obviously need to take him up for various GLs, along with for the CLS team. Luminara. Why do I have her here? That's a question. Maybe it's because I just want to get her. Maybe it's because I wanted to fix her mods. Maybe bring her up to 7. I'm not really sure, but there's no reason to take her off right now. Bastila, obviously for the Sith Empire team. Han for the TLS team and the various stuff that he's needed for. Getting into taking him to Rock 7. Not today, not tomorrow, but soon. Which soon? I don't really know. Barris obviously need to take her up a little bit more. Probably need to work on that mod a little bit because it's probably not great. Obviously, we're going to push her up for the raid. Same as Luminara. And also we need her for snips whenever we get around to going for Ahsoka the White or whatever she is. Bane for the fleet, for our executor fleet. Don't want him at Rogue 3. Want to have him higher, that's why he's here. 2PO obviously need him for this whole Leia thing. Sherpa, Wicked, same thing. Lobot, same thing. Rex, same thing. Drogon, same thing. You can see him right here. Then we have Nihilus. Nihilus is here because he's part of the Sith team we want to be working on. So I'm going to take him. Kid Fisto, I just think I want to fix his mods. Maybe take him to Relic 5. But his mods are just not good. But I don't have the resources to do that right now. Mara, people love Wampa and all these other things. And honestly, Wampa can do things that by herself that other people can't do. But if you've been here for a long time, you know of my affinity for Mara Jade. I think they could do tremendous things if they made her canon. Will they? I hope so. And you can't see because I'm ahead. But we have Darth Talon down here for the Sith team. Obviously, we need to finish working on her. She needs Zeta. She needs Omicron. All the things. Then there's Boosh, who we just need to take up for the Leia event. And then there's Drogon. So that's why I have the people that are on my friends on my favorites list. Why they're on my favorites list. And don't feel bad because we did get one off. We did get one off just recently. When we get Chupio, he'll be gone. Rex is done, he'll be gone. Lomut's done, he'll be gone. Wicked's done, he'll be gone. Chirpa's done, he'll be gone. Bush done, he'll be gone. And Drogon. So, I mean, this thing is going to lose, 6 or 7 people that are still on the screen. So it'll be tightened up. And then I told you after we finished Leia that this is going to be our priority is cleaning these guys up. So if you're annoyed that I have so many people on my friends on my favorites list, yeah, sure, I got it. And so probably who will just lean in first. It's just Luminara cleaning up her mods, taking her to 7, get her off of here. Then Barris take her wherever we need her for GL snips, clean up her mods, she'll be off of here. Kid Fisto clean up his mods, taking the 5-ish, he'll be gone. And then we'll start working on Kid Fisto, take him to 5 or something, and then he'll be gone. And then because these people don't need they don't need Zetas, they don't need Omicron, so this is where we're going to take care of them first. And then probably we'll end up taking Padme to 7, we'll end up taking Chewbacca to 7, Han to 7, and then they'll all be gone. And then we'll end up we need to take we need to take talent to 5, or she needs a Zeta, she needs an Omicron, you take her to 5, or whatever. Nihilus needs work. He's going to be here for a while. We'll probably take the Night Sisters to 5 or 7, and they'll be gone. But that's a ways down the way. Right now, we're still leaning in, getting one step closer to CLS, to Leia, and that's where we're going. And then after we get all those people cleared off, where are we going? We're not worrying about that for right now. We are not worrying about that for right now. We have this step, which is Leia, and then the next step, which is maybe getting her team together. So that's probably, and then step 3. But after all that would be cleaning up all of those characters, and that's honestly not going to happen overnight. So if you're hoping that was going to happen overnight, I wish it would too, but it's not. So this is still a bug. So they said that they fixed it, but they didn't, because it's still a thing, and it's and CG just needs to continue to fix their game, because it's not working. And we just picked up those for the Omicron, because we need Omicrons so we can get people off that screen, because we're not going to be able to get what's her face off until we get her to where she needs to be, which is not close to where we are. See, I picked up these things here so we can make another thing for that thing. We're going to get Young Han, because he's been sitting here forever. I need to get him, because if I don't, I'm never going to get him, because it's Young Han, and I'm sure there's a use for him at some point, somewhere. One of you guys know. I don't know what it is, and please don't tell me, because I'm not there. I'm not close enough to where I'm in a position to where I care about Young Han. So you can tell me when I'm closer to the position where I'll need him. But right now, my focus on it is finishing Leia, knowing what her team is for Proving Grounds, not for GAC, because I want to start picking up. I want to start picking up the Proving Grounds characters. That's what I want to start doing, and I can't do that. And obviously, when we get Leia, we're going to start doing another level of conquest. And as we bring these as we finish these other teams, that's even going to help us. We're even going to be. That's why after finishing Leia, getting her team together, and then finishing all these other characters. That's why we're finishing all the characters before we move on to something new. Because we want to be able to elevate, and obviously between the free-to-play account and this account, if I see that GLs do well and they're helping me out and they're helping me move down the field, then I have other accounts that also need GLs and also need to be elevated. And right now, all I'm doing is just building. And I'm what I'm doing on there is I'm also hoarding the relic materials, like we've been working out with the components that you use to make the relic materials. That's what I'm doing on there, aside from just getting a little gear every day. But more on that when I have more time. Maybe I'll do a video after this to let you know what I'm doing on those accounts. We're not there yet though. But anyway, that's what I've got going on. That's where I'm going. That's what you should know, is we're finishing Leia, and then after Leia, it's finish Leia's team, and then after that, then it's finish all the other stuff. And that means when I talked about who's on this list, we're also going to have to bring back in General Kenobi to bring him in, to finish him, bring him up. Hermit Yoda, same thing. and Darth Malik and whoever else. Just so you know. But yeah, that's what we've got going on. But I think that's it. I'm just going to go and probably lose a fleet battle here to someone, I'm sure, but you know, it's not like anything I don't do every day. But thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, be sure to let me know. Otherwise, as always, thanks for being here. Appreciate all of you. Talk to you next time. God bless. Hold the line. I have friends everywhere. Bye.